Never let anybody see you sweat.
So I was born in New York City, and I lived there until I was 8 years old. I realized that I was a much better talker than I was a listener.
I don't know what to say, I just don't like what you're saying.
Sorry, Your Honor.
I ended up going to law school at Georgetown, and I was a prosecutor for Janet Reno. I loved it because it was so raw.
Were you cheating on her?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All rise.
Our show will be a mixture of education, I think you're misreading the law a little bit, and entertainment. My main goal is justice and the law. That's been my legacy, and the legacy I hope to continue into the future with the show.
Brandon Gilbo claims his cousin promised him an original beat for his new album, then sold it to someone else. Earl Armstrong says he let the plaintiff try the music out, but told him he had to buy it to own it.
Okay, Mr. Gilbo, you are suing your cousin, Mr. Armstrong, for $1,200 in studio time that you want returned to you because, you tell me.
I'm Brandon Gilbo, and I'm suing my cousin for $1,200 because I paid for studio time and he screwed me over.
How?
He told me that I could have a beat, which I have evidence of in text here, that he told me.
Tell me what a beat is.
It's a composition.
Just so we're clear, I know what it is, but for others, go ahead.
That's all good.
Go ahead.
It's a composition that he's basically played and programmed into basically making a musical section for me to create my raps and my rhymes on.
All right, but did he create this for you, or you happen to have heard it?
I happen to have heard it.
Okay, and where were you when you heard it?
I was at his studio.
Okay, so you hear the beat, you like the beat, and then you text him and tell me what the text says. Show me the text. You have it?
Yes, it's right here.
Thank you.
Yo, man, I want to use that beat you let me listen to the other day on my new album. I think it's totally my sound. Answer, sure thing, just pay me for the studio time. You respond, bet, good looking out. Got you, dog. Okay, so you pay for the studio time. You use the beat. Did he charge you for the beat?
No.
All right. You use the beat, and then what happens?
I used the beat, which is supposed to be the single for my album, which was titled the same thing as the album because it was the most important song on the album. Not even a few months later, I get a text from one of the colleagues that were there when I was recording the whole composition, and they were telling me that they had found the same beat put on another person's song, somebody named Little BB. I'm not too familiar with them.
Okay. Do either of you have the beat here for me to listen to?
It should be.
Yeah, it should be with you.
Okay, let's go ahead and hear it. Okay. So do you create that?
Yes.
All right. He hears it and asks to use it, and you say yes. And now he's angry because somebody else has it?
Yes.
Okay. And your response to that is?
Your Honor, my cousin came to the studio a couple of months ago and listened to a couple of beats. I played for him, and shortly after that, maybe a few days after he sat in the studio and I played a selection of beats for him, he reached out to me and said, hey, I want to use this song. And I was like, okay. Mind you, he's used several of my beats for songs he's wanted to release that have never seen the light of day. So, you know, I'm thinking, okay, I'll help you get your ideas rolling, and then if you want to move forward, you know, we can talk about exclusive licensing later.
Did you ever have that actual conversation with your cousin, or no? Not really?
Not through text.
Because well, anywhere else?
I mean, verbally, in person, yes.
You've told him verbally in person that what?
That if in order to use a beat and have full ownership of it, you need to purchase exclusive licensing and do the paperwork.
You've actually said that to him?
Yes, I have.
And what was his response to that?
I mean, you know, it was like, okay, bro, but it was like a negligent response. Like, I'll do it, but...
Has he ever released an album with one of your beats that he didn't pay you exclusive? Okay. Has he ever released an album?
No.
Okay. So
what happens? Someone else comes along.
So about 3 months later, I have an artist who goes by the name of Lil BB. He was in my studio at the moment, at that point in time, and I, did my usual. I played a couple of beats for him, and that beat came into the rotation, and he expressed an interest in the beat. And I basically told him what I told my cousin. I said, look, you can have the beat, it's all yours, but you have to pay for the exclusive licensing for it. He did the transaction, he filled out the paperwork. I actually have the contract.
Well, okay, but hold on. It's not like you gave that guy the beat and then if he was going to release an album, he would have to pay you. Did you do something for your cousin that you didn't do for that guy?
I gave my cousin the opportunity to put his ideas down to see if he liked the song or not, so that he could make the decision whether or not.
Instead of making him pay up front.
Exactly.
Coming up on Justice for the People.
Why are you so mad at your cousin who let you use his beat for free?
I'm mad because you've put me in a position where now I have to take away what is the meat and bones of my album.
And later,
Joe decided to take a little bit more beers than one expects. One after the other. No.
Hold
It
on
was
one
like
second.
7 maybe.
Well, hold on.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian. We're back with a dispute between Brandon Gilbo and his cousin Earl Armstrong over wasted studio time.
All right, now did you tell little BB that someone else had the beat?
No, because the beat is not owned by anybody else. other
Because
than
you
me.
don't expect him to release an album without paying you.
Exactly.
So you own the beat.
Yes, the beat is still mine.
I mean, not now, because now didn't you sell
Well,
it? Right,
yeah.
but at the point in time that you sell it to little BB, you own the beat.
Yes.
Because he didn't pay for the beat.
Yes.
What made you think, Mr. Gilbo, that you owned the beat? Just this text, yo man, I want to use the beat? And he said, yeah, you can use it? That means you own it?
Well, professionally, if you're in music, then you would understand that if you're releasing an album rather than a
Professionally in
mix,
Hold on,
you
I don't interrupt him. Go ahead.
if you're releasing an album rather than a mixtape or anything like that, then naturally everything on there is going to have to be exclusively owned in order
Okay,
for you
well
to
then,
release it.
did you pay for it?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so what made you think you were going to exclusively own that?
Because, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
When I sent him the text and he told me that it was all good, he also mentioned that all I need to do is pay for the studio time, which I did.
All right, you were trying to interrupt to say that professionally speaking, what?
Professionally speaking, whether the beat is used on television, if the beat is used for an album, anytime a beat is used commercially, you have to license a beat in order to use it, in order to sell it, in order to profit off of it. No type of conversation regarding that transpired between me and Brandon.
So here's a beat license agreement between you and I guess, is this little BB?
Yes.
All right, that you, guys getting a lot of free press here, I don't know. But anyway, that you, he paid you $5,000.
Yes.
And then what happens? Now he owns, he has the ability to use it or he owns it? I guess he owns it.
He owns the beat. He can do whatever he chooses to do with the beat because it's his.
Have you ever bought a beat from anyone?
No.
You always just get them from your cousin?
No.
Have you ever released an album?
No, I've never released
Why
an
are you
album.
so mad at your cousin who let you use his beat for free?
I'm mad because you've put me in a position where now I have to take away what is the meat and bones of my album and what everybody loves about my album, and now almost take it to be months behind the, my ideal, time of putting it out.
Your cousin says that he made clear to you that if you want the beat for, inspiration, that's great, but we need to sign a contract if you want to actually buy it. I mean, it's not like he gave you the studio time for free either. He charged you for that. So what would make you think that you had exclusive rights to a beat for free?
Because when I asked him if I can put the beat on my album, which I mentioned before, and he said, okay, just pay for the studio time, that's exactly what I'm thinking that the agreement is.
He says that he has explained to you that, it's for inspirational purposes. Did that happen or it didn't happen? What are you saying?
I didn't have anything in text or anything just saying that was for inspirational purposes, anything. So You can't expect me to know that's what you mean when you say it's all good, just pay for studio time.
Right, but he's not, that's a response if he sues you to pay him something that wasn't discussed, but you're suing him for something you didn't pay for, that according to him in the industry, everybody knows they pay for, and there's contracts and there's licensing agreements, because that's really what lets you use it in one to actually cut an album. You need to have the licensing agreement in place. So a text isn't a licensing agreement.
Absolutely, but I'm going by the relationship that me and my cousin have, and he's telling me that I can have the beat for my album, which obviously I'm going to be selling. So if I'm going to be selling it and you know that I'm putting out an album, why tell me that I can put the beat on my album if you have no intention to talk about a contract with me?
Why don't you just call your cousin and say, hey, some guy wants to buy it. You want to buy it? You got to lay down $5,000.
I mean, I just didn't feel like I owed him that because, in all honesty, there's been a repeated behavior of him coming to the studio, recording music, and then the music never sees the light of day.
You know, you want me to glean from this text that you have exclusive rights to the beat. And I'm not sure I can take that leap for you. He is right when he says that, you know, you have to have a licensing agreement in place. And I believe that, you know, maybe you're naive or I don't know what, but the idea that he's got a beat and he can't sell it to anybody else because you haven't, I do think you should, frankly, as a family member, you should have called him and said, fish or cut bait.
I understand that.
That would have been a lot better. So now you made Thanksgiving awkward. But
I could have made him another beat if he really wanted the beat, like, you know, and I would have given it to him for less.
Putting
than
another
5,000.
beat under the lyrics.
I'll let you guys figure that out on your own time at Thanksgiving. Right now, I have to decide whether you bought exclusive rights to a beat based on the following text. Yo, man, I want to use that on my album. I think it's my sound. Sure, just pay me for the studio time. I don't call that a licensing agreement, and I am ruling in favor of the defendant.
Thank you.
Judge Milian has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is denied.
I think it's crazy that you took me to court. If you could have just reached out to me and said something. And
yeah, at the same time, I could say the same thing about you.
Man, if
could've
you
said
weren't
something to
so
me.
flaky on filling out paperwork like you are with your career,
I mean, at
you
least
would
I
be
could have at
somewhere
least
right
did
now.
something else.
Coming up,
I'm very nervous that he will fall over the boat. And surely enough, something did happen. He fell over the boat when we were about to get to the shore.
you're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian. Aaron Molino claims he dislocated his shoulder after he dove into a lake to rescue his inebriated friend. Joe Ortega says he didn't need help in the shallow water, so he's not to blame for the plaintiff's injury.
Okay, Mr. Molino, you are suing Mr. Ortega for $1,000 that you say he owes you because you were injured thanks to his recklessness. Tell me what happened.
Yes. My family rented out a boat. We went to a lake in Oregon, and it was good and everything. We were having some beers, and Joe decided to take a little bit more beers than one expects, one after the other. No,
Hold
it
on
was
one
like
second.
7 maybe.
Well, hold on. It'll be your turn in a moment. You go ahead, Mr. Molino.
Thank you. Basically, he started taking a lot of beers.
How many?
7.
You counted
8.
his beers?
I did. The problem with Joe is that we are on a lake, and I'm very nervous that he will fall over the boat. And surely enough, something did happen. He fell over the boat when we were about to get to the shore.
How far from shore were you?
I don't know, 20 meters, right?
Okay.
So I dove out, he fell in. I dove into the lake to try
You
to...
dove into the lake?
Yeah, I did.
All right, you ended up diving in and then you hit your shoulder
Yeah, I did.
on the ground?
Well,
The bottom of the lake?
I felt something hit my shoulder, and I didn't feel anything at the time.
Okay, all right. Mr. Ortega, what happened?
So his family did coordinate this boat party, you know, so we went as neighbors, all the neighborhood went. I see him there. He's drinking too, by the way, Your Honor. We're all drinking. We're
How
having
many
a good
beers did you
time.
have?
4.
What caused you to fall into the water then?
Well, his father was driving the boat. He didn't mention that, and he's the one that actually bumped into something, and it caused me to trip over. So I didn't ask him to rescue me. I could tell the water was shallow, Your Honor.
Coming up,
He dove in and hit the bottom, it was very shallow. I didn't ask for rescuing or anything. He just dove in.
You're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian. We're back with the case of Aaron Molino, who blames Joe Ortega for his dislocated shoulder.
How shallow was it?
I'm gonna say about 10 feet or less. And I'm 6 feet myself, so I could see, like, if something happens, I'm a grown man.
How do you suppose he hurt his shoulder?
He dove in and hit the bottom, it was very shallow. I didn't ask for rescuing or anything. He just dove in and...
Were you drowning?
No, I wasn't drowning. Nobody else jumped in to help. It was just him being him and watching how many beers I drink and watching my every move. Like, I'm a grown man. I can drink how many beers I want.
You hurt what happened to your shoulder, by the way, actually?
Well, it's been 6 months since the incident, so it's been a little bit of a while.
Did you go to the hospital?
Well, I dislocated my shoulder, actually.
Yeah. And so did you go to the hospital?
I had to.
And what did the hospital do?
Well, that's where I had to do a copay. They charged me $1,000, and they put they did like X-rays and everything. It was.
And then what? And then they.
Yeah.
Oh, that hurts so much. Explain to me legally how you feel it's Mr. Ortega's fault that you dove in and got hurt.
It was our party. We rented the whole thing, and I hurt myself just because of him. Because
what did everybody else tell you when you hurt your shoulder?
That he was very irresponsible.
What happened after did you not realize your shoulder was so hurt?
They had to take me to they had to call an ambulance first of all.
Okay.
They got me in the ambulance, and then my dad had to come with me. So like, I don't know what they did afterwards. But for me, it was hell.
Right.
Literally hell.
No, I know.
It wasn't that bad. It was
Wait,
for
you.
you.
Stop a second. You don't know how bad it was. What are you saying wasn't that bad? His dislocated shoulder wasn't that bad? How do you know?
Well,
I mean, you know that he may be overprotective or silly or he made a bad choice, but he didn't do it to help himself. He did it to help you because he thought you needed help. So don't be a jerk, right? It wasn't that bad. I'm going to keep dancing.
Judge Milian's verdict when Justice for the People returns.
Mr. Molino, I have to tell you that you know, we make choices in this world, and they make us good people, bad people, caring people. I want you in my friend group because you're someone who has other people's back in the forefront of his mind, even if you're not even that close anymore. You were worried and you took some action, and that was wonderful and admirable. If it had been me, I'd have sent you flowers the next day. I would have taken you to dinner and told you, you know, man, you didn't need to do that, but thank you for risking yourself. That's not who he is. Don't jump in to save him. Let everybody else figure it out, including him. But how you choose to dive in and hurt yourself is a choice that you make. You make it. It is not his fault. My verdict in this case is for the defendant.
Judge Milian has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is denied.
Next time, I think you should use your common sense and don't jump into shallow lakes.
Hopefully you get your life together.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.